Hi everybody. In today's class we are going to discuss about muscular tissues. Okay, muscular tissues. Okay, in the previous class we completed connective tissues. So today we are going to start with muscular tissues. Okay, muscular tissues, they are made up of muscle cells. They are made up of muscle cells. Okay, muscular tissues, they are made up of muscle cells. Since these muscle cells are along. Hi everybody, in today's class we are going to discuss about muscular tissues. In the previous class we studied about connective tissues. So today we are going to deal with muscular tissues. Muscular tissues, they are made up of muscle cells. They are made up of muscle cells. Okay, since this muscular tissue is made up of muscle cells, these muscle cells are they are long elongated. Okay, these muscle cells are elongated cells. These muscle cells are elongated. Elongated means long. Elongated cells. Okay, so since they are elongated or long cells, we call them as muscle fibers. We call them as muscle fibers. Okay, we call them as muscle fibers. Okay, and based on the location, structure and function, they have different names. They have different names based on the location, structure and functions. They have different names. For example, we have skeletal muscles. We have skeletal muscles. Based on its location, structure and function, we call them as skeletal muscles. Okay, we will be dealing details with these three different types of muscles: skeletal muscles, and the next one is visceral muscles, and the last one that we are going to talk today is cardiac muscles. Okay, cardiac muscles. So these three different muscles, based on the structure, function and their location, they are given these terms. Okay, so we will be dealing with these three in details. Okay, so here muscular tissue, they help in movement. They help in movement. Okay, they help in movement. So how this movement is caused? This movement is caused by a special protein present in the muscular tissue. Okay, they have special protein. Okay, they have special proteins which help in movement. That protein is myosin. Okay, myosin protein and actin. Okay, myosin protein and actin. Okay, these are the two special proteins that cause movement in muscle. They cause movement in muscle. So in muscular tissue we will come across voluntary muscles and involuntary muscles. Voluntary muscles, that means these voluntary muscles can move. Okay, can move by our control. Okay, they can move by our control. They are under our control. Okay, and involuntary muscles, they are not in our control. Okay, they are not in our control. So we will deal all these details by taking the comparison of these three muscular tissue. Okay, this is skeletal muscle, and this is smooth muscle. Okay, or visceral muscle, and this is cardiac muscle. So these three we will compare them, and we will learn details by comparing. So now we are going to compare them. We are going to compare these three muscular tissues. Okay, first one is skeletal muscles. Skeletal muscles. Okay, skeletal muscles. Okay, skeletal muscles. Okay, and the next one is visceral muscles, visceral muscle, and the last one is cardiac muscle. Okay, cardiac muscles. Now, based on their location, okay, this name itself, they say that they will suggest that where they are located. So, okay, location. If we see skeletal muscles, they are associated with skeleton. Okay, and visceral muscles, they are found in the lining of visceral organs. Okay, visceral organs means stomach, intestine, whichever organs found, okay, in the abdominal region, they are known as visceral organs. Okay, like stomach and intestine. And the special type of muscular tissue is known as cardiac muscle. And this cardiac muscle is found nowhere else in our body, only in heart. So this cardiac muscle, if we see its location, it is present in the, okay, they are found in the walls of heart. So based on their location, all this we learned, right? They are associated with skeletal. Okay, visceral, they are found in the lining of visceral organs, and cardiac, they are found in the walls of the heart. Okay, based on their structure, if we see their structure or their appearance, then they would look long, elongated and cylindrical shape. Skeletal muscles are elongated. Okay, they are elongated and cylindrical in shape, and they are unbranched. Okay, if we see visceral organs, they are, okay, so if we see visceral organs, they are spindle shaped. Okay, spindle shaped. Okay, and the last one is cardiac muscles. If we see these cardiac muscles, they are, okay, they are elongated and cylindrical, and they are branched. See, you can see here branched, but this is unbranched. But this skeletal muscle is unbranched. So this is having branched. Okay. So based on this appearance or structure, they are elongated, cylindrical, and unbranched. If we talk about skeletal muscle, and if we talk about visceral, they are spindle shaped. Okay, they are spindle shaped. Here you can see they are elongated and spindle shaped. And if we see cardiac muscles, they are elongated, cylindrical, and having branch. Okay, they are having branch. So this is how the structure look like. So here, as I told you, the skeletal muscles are elongated, cylindrical, and unbranched. Okay, they are elongated and cylindrical shape, and they are unbranched. Okay, they are unbranched. And if we see visceral organs, they are spindle shaped. Okay, they are spindle shaped. Okay, another shell would start from here. They are spindle shaped. Okay, spindle shaped. And the next one, cardiac muscles. They are also cylindrical, but they have branched. Unlike these skeletal muscles, they are little different. That means they have branched structures. They have branched. Okay, they have branched. And if we see their nucleus, if we see the number of nucleus that they have, so these cells, skeletal muscles, they would have many nuclei. Okay, so number of nuclei. Okay, number of nuclei. If we see skeletal muscles, they have many nuclei, so they are known as multinucleated. They are multinucleated. And if we see visceral muscles, they have a large nucleus at the center, and they have single nucleus, so they are uninucleated. And if we see this cardiac muscle, they have single nucleus. So this is also uninucleated. Okay, so here number of nuclei. If we see skeletal muscles, they are going to have many nucleus, so they are multinucleated. Visceral muscles, they are going to have only single nucleus, so uninucleated. And cardiac muscles, they would have only single nucleus, so they are also known as uninucleated. And if we see their structure, they are cylindrical, okay, elongated and unbranched. They are spindle shaped, and they are cylindrical, elongated, and they have branched. So this is how the structure and nucleus present in these cells. Okay, So here skeletal muscles. Okay, skeletal muscles under the microscope. Okay, they show what? Striations. Okay, what are striations? Striations are the alternative light and dark bands. When they will show, when they are stained properly, when they are stained appropriately. So for example, this is the striated muscles. Okay, striated muscle, elongated, cylindrical, and it is unbranched. Okay, so they have nuclei, many, so multinucleated. And okay, under the microscope, they show dark and light band. So dark and light band. Okay, dark and light bands. Alternative dark and light band. So here, this is, for example, this is the band. Known as dark band. And this one is going to be light band. This is light band. Okay, this is light band. Okay, so they show dark and light band. Wherever I have drawn like this, okay, they are dark band. Wherever there is no, okay, zigzag lines, they are known as light bands. Okay, they are known as light bands. If we see under microscope, they are going to show like this structure. Okay, dark and light band. So due to that dark and light band, they are known as striation. Or they are known as striated muscles. Okay, all these three are given the different names. Few more names. This skeletal muscle is going to be known as striated muscles, and this is going to be known as unstriated muscle, and this is also known as, this will have striations, so this is known as striated muscles. So this is known as striated muscles. Okay, and if we see the structure of cardiac muscles, they too have what? Dark and light band, and even they have a special thing, like they have the zigzag lines. They have the zigzag lines known as intercalated discs. Only that is present only in cardiac muscle cells. Okay, cardiac muscle cells. So they have these zigzag lines are known as intercalated discs. So the function of this intercalated disc is to have proper communication between one cell to other cell. Okay, so this is how the cardiac muscle looks like. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about the functions of skeletal muscles, visceral muscles, and cardiac muscles. Okay, skeletal muscles. Okay, these muscles, they are attached with the skeleton, and they help in movement. So if they are helping in movement, and we call them as skeletal muscle. Okay, so this skeletal muscles action is under our control. Okay, their action is under our control, so we call them as voluntary muscles. Okay, voluntary muscles. They are going to bring what? Voluntary actions. Okay, so these are voluntary muscles. Skeletal muscle is also known as voluntary muscle. And next one is visceral muscle. So visceral muscle, okay, they are involuntary muscles. So involuntary actions are brought by this visceral muscles or involuntary muscles. The other name for visceral muscle is known as involuntary muscle, and also we can call it as smooth muscle, because there is no striations present in the visceral muscle. Okay, so it is also known as smooth muscle. Involuntary actions. Okay, involuntary actions are not in our control. They are not in our control. For example, when we take food, once the food that is taken, they are going to go through the alimentary canal, and they will generate what? Peristaltic movement. So this movement is not in our control. So that is involuntary action. Okay, so this is done by this visceral organ. And even, okay, let me write peristalsis. This action is not in our control. And even the contraction and relaxation of blood vessels, okay, they are also involuntary. Actions which are not in our control. Okay, next is cardiac muscle. So they are also known as involuntary muscles, and they would bring what? Involuntary action. Okay, so we cannot stop the pumping heartbeat. So they function. Okay, their heartbeat is rhythmically. Their function is to beat heartbeat rhythmically. So this is involuntary action. Okay, involuntary action. So all this we have discussed today. In next video we are going to see nervous tissue. Thank you.